Chad, you mind do the roll call?
Yes, sir, Judge. Mr. Utter. Here. Mr. Kirkland.
Here.
Mr. Bishop.
Here.
Fiscal. Here. Mr. Quayle.
Here.
All present, Judge.
We'd like to take a moment of silence for some members who passed away of our community. Mr. Benny Kessler, Callie McFall, Dina Payne, and Mr. Terrence Bell. Thank you all. Appreciate it. First item on the agenda is to consider approval of minutes of the previous meeting held Thursday, January the 17th, 2019.
Second.
Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
Mr. Utter.
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland.
Yes.
Mr. Quayle.
Yes.
Mr. Fiscal.
Yes, sir.
Unanimous.
Second item, consider approval of minutes of the policy committee meeting held Thursday, January the 17th.
Motion.
Second.
Kirkland.
Yes.
Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
Mr. Fiscal.
Yes.
Mr. Utter. Yes. Mr. Quayle.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Judge, real quick, in regards to Policy and Procedure Committee, I know we had talked about this earlier, and I had sent, the question had been posed to me in regards to an elected official doing business with the county, for example, Mashert or whatever, doing business with the county. So I contacted Rich Ornstein with CAECO and requested that he give us his opinion on that, basically if there's Attorney General opinion and so forth. Because what I'd like to see, I would like to see us take this and then apply it into our, because we don't have, we don't have that in our policy procedure. Not that we should, but I think it would be a great value add in the policy procedure, not only for this court, but for future courts as well. So that there's no question in regards to, how Mashert can or can't interact when it comes to business in regards to doing business with the county. So I've got his copy of his email there. I'll give it to Lisa, if you don't mind, if you take that, and if you can work something up in regards to a policy for us that we can add into our policy procedures and present that to the court, then we can go from there.
I was going to do that the next policy. That's fine, but we can go ahead and,
All right.
next meeting.
Sounds good. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Item 3, consider approval of minutes of road committee meeting held Thursday, January the 17th.
Motion. Second.
Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
Mr. Fiscal.
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland.
Yes.
Mr. Quayle.
Yes.
Mr. Utter.
Yes.
Yes.
Item number 4, we have Mr. Tom Lund here from Economic Development to give his annual report.
Judge, members of the fiscal court, appreciate the opportunity to come before you and this year. J.F. Kennedy, you all have a copy of our report. J.F. Kennedy used to say about the economy, a rising tide floats all the boats. And I think we certainly saw that this past year here in Marion County. Especially with the distilling industry, distilling spirit industry. I think Maker's Mark was the first one, invested $495,000.
Million.
And after that, Diageo invested, so now it's a deal, invested $130 million. $625 million is a good addition to the Marion County economy, and something will help us develop this area. We also had in the agriculture sector, these distilleries buy a lot of grain from our local farmers. We had Central Kentucky Grain, which established a facility out in our 208 Industrial Park. Central Kentucky Grain today runs 43 trucks, employs 42 people. So we we hear from a lot of farmers that this is real asset for production and selling of the grain. The two distilleries that announced their expansions, new facilities here, together are going to employ 100 jobs. So that's significant. And, another ship that has rise is the cooperage. They've made some significant investments in the community, purchased a shopping center across the street from them. Expansion, they have added 130 jobs this year. So that's another one. We look at Limestone Branch Distillery. They located in an area that we were going to just use as a green space, or maybe make a nice little park out of it. But they've invested $3 million out there, and they're employing 15 people. So I was out there the other day, took some German people out there, and while we were out there were people in there from Poland and from Switzerland. So tourism's here. These facilities are creating tourism, and we will continue to do so. In total, we over the past year, I think we worked 6 major projects. When I say projects, we get these projects that are headed down to the state, from the European organization that sends us contacts. So we worked 6 major projects. We were finalists in 3 of them. And we worked workhorse. They looked at 261 communities, and finally decided on Lebanon. That's Diageo. So you can see there's a lot of competition out there for these projects. We're fortunate that we have the assets, infrastructure that can handle that particular project. I think we made some significant improvements in educating and defining jobs for our workforce. Terry Thomas is back here. That was a significant thing that the city and the county did. Came together and funded the Career Center, which the state has agreed to not fund anymore. So that's a big help to our local industries. KCTCS assigned a full-time representative to the Marion County office, which is a very big help to our local industries. We funded $46,400 in training for various industries. 40% of that came from a trains grant that we received. 25% of that comes from homegrown, what we call homegrown workforce. That's homegrown workforce comes from city funds that we get from utility surcharge. And we also got a $75,000 grant from the Bluegrass State Schools Corporation. So that we accomplished with the labor force is good, but we got a long ways to go. We've got industries here trying to expand people, skilled people. Very, very much need to work on that. Also, Mary Lou Brock is here. Mary Lou Brock from our office on Main Street. This past year, we did Dickens Christmas, Shop Small Saturday, Christmas Open House, Main Street Appreciation, Family Fun Night, for Ham Days. In your book, you'll see our financial statement from last year. We came in under questions. We're proud of that. You see our financial Office of Economic Development's 2019 budget. I think you'll all remember that this was reduced by $40,000. That's the fund converter center out there. We also got a list of our board of directors in here, and our program of work for 2019 is also in here. And if you have any questions, be sure to come up to our office. We'd be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Will you answer some questions today?
Well, depends on.
They're easy. They're easy. I was just curious. I was just wondering, I know when is Gray Construction plan on starting or breaking ground for the new?
We meet with them next week. There's a meeting next Tuesday with Gray Construction to begin the process.
Probably, so actual breaking ground will start within probably, what, 60 days?
They said they'd be going in February.
Okay, we'll see.
Very good.
Hopefully that will happen.
I want to thank Ms. Brock, too, because we know that she's the backbone, so thank you, Ms. Brock. But,
Don't have any questions.
all right, well, I got another couple of more easy questions. I noticed on the board of directors, which all good people, fine people, but I noticed that there's actually no one with industry on the board. For example, like a general manager, a plant manager. Is there, I mean, maybe there's a reason for that, but I'm just curious. It seems if it's an industrial board, we have a local industry, that we'd have somebody.
We have had the same, a number of the same people on the board that we've had for a while. There's a reason for that, because it's a long learning process, some of the things that we do. And Larry Tatum was owner of Angel Manufacturing, he was on there for that reason. John Turner was on there because he was a plant manager out of.
Right. And both excellent, knowledgeable people, but I know they haven't been involved in actual day-to-day operations for years. So I didn't know. I just a point, something to consider. Something to consider.
Another problem is most of our plant managers are out of town.
Yeah, understand. So I was just curious.
That's a difficult thing.
Well, I could see where it would be difficult. How do you choose which plant or whatever? So I understand that. I'm just curious. Final question. The industrial board actually has a compilation report put together each year, correct? Could the court get a copy of the last 2 years' compilation report?
You talking about our audit?
Yeah, your actual audit, your financial audit.
Judges seen that audit, I don't know if he has a copy.
Well, Judge might have seen it, but have you guys seen it? The only reason I ask is because, a couple of reasons. One is that, we give out, number one, we fund the budget here, but we also give out incentive funds. Every other agency that we deal with, whether it's a fire department, it can be the Raywick Fire Department, they get $20,000. We ask for a copy of their, budget and so forth. And where we're giving out hundreds of thousands of dollars, I think it would be good if we had that audit report for the last 2 years, just so we can know a little better understanding of where that money, where our money's going and where the money's going, per se. So if we could get that. If you've got a copy of it, Judge.
I think we always turn them back in. We look at them and we don't take them out when we look at them.
Well, if we could.
We typically leave them on the table.
Is that a yes or a no?
Maybe.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Well.
But yeah.
Because it won't go away, so tell them it would be really nice. Okay? I appreciate that.
Comment on talking about the limestone. I was out to Yellowstone this past summer, and they got that Yellowstone whiskey out there, bourbon.
Yeah.
And they got some special bottle. They say you can't buy it. That's the only place you can buy this particular style or whatever they got. And I asked one of the guys, said, Kentucky. I said, where y'all get this from? He said, it comes from Montana. I said, so anyway, that's where his distributor was. I said, you need to, so I showed him on the bottle. I said, it comes from Lebanon, Kentucky. And he didn't even realize that's where it was made. He just said, what comes from Montana?
Montana, Yellowstone promotion, where they've been giving away these backpacks, tents.
Yeah. But anyway, I thought it was interesting. They thought it came from Montana. I said, it comes from Kentucky.
Any other questions?
That's good. Thank you for your help.
Thanks for the good work.
We really appreciate the support from the county, and, you know, the board of directors has said they're going to continue the aggressive approach to creating jobs and improving the community. Certainly, their goal from here.
Keep plugging away. I know the competition's really tightened up from what it was years ago, so.
You know, I was talking to a company this morning in a certain county, and anyway, I asked them why they located there, because they're also building 2 more facilities, one in Paducah and one in Mayfield. And anyway, they were telling me that in Mayfield, that the county and the city are matching dollar for dollar their investment. So they're getting ready to invest $40 million into a facility, and the city and county are providing them with tax credits up to $40 million.
Tax credits?
Yeah.
We lost a company to Mayfield, didn't we? That's where one of them actually, we were,
One of them, I don't know where they located.
I thought it was Mayfield.
Wasn't a hemp company, was it? Wasn't a hemp company, was it?
No.
This one was a hemp company.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom.
Appreciate it. Thank
Mary
you.
Lou, keep up the good work.
Yeah, thank you,
All right.
Mary Lou. Hey, Keith have something to say here in a minute.
Keith never has nothing to say.
Item number 5, consider approval to advertise in the Discover Marion County Magazine for EMS and Fiscal Court.
It's the same
Do it every year, yeah.
motion to advertise.
If y'all don't mind, look on there and verify. Craig's already found that his number was put on there wrong, so check it out, make sure your number's correct on there, that you can be reached. That's kind of why we do it. Make sure it's right, and we'll make sure they get the corrected version of it.
Did you say, does this go in the Enterprise or the book? Or the
It'll go in the book.
does the post.
Yeah.
The book that they do.
a motion to advertise once everything's
Second.
verified?
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Etter?
Yes.
Mr. Vogel?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
The next item, number 6, is consider approval of the annual contribution to the Loretta Youth Softball and T-Ball Leagues. It's another annual contribution that we do.
That's your call.
What's the amount on that?
Is it Mark Kelly? Loretta 5, $2,500 for both.
Is that a motion, Mr. Fogel?
Yes, that's a motion.
Second?
Mr. Vogel? Mr. Etter?
Yes.
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop? Yes. Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
The next item, just a briefing of Executive Order 19001 per KRS 39A.100 regarding Fawn Hill Road. About a week and a half ago, I had a phone call from a lady that lived at the very end of that road, and very concerned with the ability to reach her medically. She's got a son that has cystic fibrosis and is on a ventilator and is in terrible health. And Keith and myself went down, and the road was absolutely, it's about 9/10 of a mile long, and it took us 20 minutes to get down it. It had potholes in it big as this desk. And the situation there is the people that, it's a private road. The Kentucky Land Company was owned by a corporation, and those folks have passed away. Both owners, the husband and wife, Gordon Board was his name, and his wife, so it's in an estate. And I talked to the attorney's office, and they're going to try to get us some help as quick as they can, but it's just, these people are suffering on this road. I mean, it's just, we haven't took a garbage truck back there. How long, Jimmy?
About 6 months.
So, I
Would we
mean,
take it back a private road?
we were.
Would we take it back a private road?
We did for years. I actually had another magistrate tell me that they actually done this years ago. It got in the same shape, and I've written a letter before and it got fixed, and it didn't, there's nobody the attorney's office told me that, you know, he'll try to help us out with it, but there's just, these people are kind of it's just a sad situation. So, with this,
Let me say this, David, real quick. I'm not sure KRS 39A 100 actually covers that. But with that being said, I think that what we need to do is make sure, because this isn't going to be the only situation like that, and we're going to have more down the road. And I think it would be nice if we knew exactly how to manage that, because I think that, and Lisa, if you could find this out, I think that from a county standpoint, it would probably be best to, it sounds crazy, but the way I understand it is that you're not allowed to take anything that's utilizes state aid money on private property, whether it be a private road, whether it be land, whatever. But what we could do is that we could possibly, I know, for example, remember we had was it Judge Mangley declared the emergency for the ice storm? And we hired outside contractors to help with the roads, Craig. I think you might have helped us clean some of that up.
it's got some language in it that says that you can do fire protective services and ambulance services.
Hergen, wasn't it,
I mean,
when we did
it's-
that?
Sorry?
It was Judge Hergen, I think.
Yeah, we didn't do private
Judge
roads,
Hergen.
though. We hired contractors to do county roads, yeah.
I actually did some private roads as well, to where, for example, I know there were a few some milkers that had to get their milk out and so forth, and they couldn't. And since it was declared emergency, then they could actually, the
But yeah,
state
we
actually
actually-
allowed them to do that, so.
I think, yeah, we
And I
hired
think we had some
several
dialysis-
different
We had some
contractors.
dialysis patients too.
Couldn't get out.
It would be nice to have something in place, because it was on a Monday and the weather was calling for snow that afternoon. That was the window to get this done was an hour and a half is all
Would
we
y'all
had.
just grade
Well,
it?
and that's my
So, you
point,
know.
is that moving forward, I think it would be let's put it this way. We want to make sure we take care of anyone we can. We want to make sure we do it in the right manner. And that's my point. I think if you get a good, solid clarification, then if it comes up, because it will happen again, and we want to be able to do what we
Yeah,
can.
exactly.
So I think that if we get a good, solid clarification on it, then you can take action in a much
Easier way.
easier, much more rapid fashion.
So I
So,
agree.
so I don't know, Lisa, if that's something that you could look into?
Oh,
Okay.
because we've had several people contact us about that road, and we've talked to them about our limitations.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's what I'm saying, but if we can find out what we can do, it makes it a lot, and it'd make it a lot easier on us when we're out there talking to them.
Well, like I said, I did message everybody just
Oh,
to,
yeah.
I mean, I never had dealt with it, and I was really concerned with the health of this individual. And
No, exactly.
you
Well,
know,
that's the thing.
it's,
We learn every day.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's the thing about the whole county. You come in and start a subdivision, you're supposed to bring it up, then all of a sudden, it never gets finished.
Yeah.
that's exactly, you're right.
And that's not the only, like I said, I know there's some more down in the county that's that way, that they don't get finished.
Yeah. And then, and the problem is that the residents who have invested their life savings into a property, into a house and mortgage, and
Well,
then
not only
they're
that,
kind of
it
screwed.
changes hands and whatnot else,
They
and,
pay taxes just like everybody
Yeah, they
else,
do.
you know, so.
you know,
Like
but.
this deal where they died out. so-
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
if
I
we can
mean-
get good, solid clarification, make it a lot easier on you.
I agree.
Thank you for taking
Thank you.
care of it too, Judge.
All right. Thank you all. I just want to let you know. So, next item is consider approval of budget transfer to EMS.
Motion. Second.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Bowman?
Yes.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
And
Yes.
Number 10, consider approval of $12,153.35 for medical liability insurance for the detention center. Jailer Brady might be able to tell us what that would have been if he'd had to do that on his own. It was how much?
His private insurer wanted 90,000.
That's what that's.
Dr. Kirk.
Is he gonna take over some of the medical, did you get a deal? He's overseeing some of the medical,
He's on the job now.
okay.
second week of Thanksgiving.
Good.
The next item, I received a call from,
We need a motion. Motion?
Second.
Mr. Quayle.
Yes.
Mr. Vogel.
Yes.
Mr. Carter.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Bishop.
Yes.
I received a call from a resident that owned property around the Gravel Switch Community Center by the name of Tom Sauer. And he was discussing that the county needs to put up a fence around that property. And I wasn't aware of any agreement, so I did look up the deed, and in the deed, it does state pretty clearly, I think you've got a copy of it. This was back in 2000 and December the 29th of 2000. It says grantee agrees to construct and maintain a boundary fence along the perimeter of the property. What's going on there? He had been cropping that property and a fence wasn't really necessary, but now he's gonna graze it for cattle and he needs to put up a fence, or we need to put up a fence to keep them out of the Gravel Switch Community Center, so.
What side of that property is it?
It goes around, I met him down there last Saturday.
Lanham own part of that?
It used to be Mr. Lanham's,
Oh,
but
he
he
bought it?
purchased that
Okay.
from Mr. Lanham, yeah. It's his son-in-law, actually.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Sauer is. So,
We're talking about like a chain link fence?
woven wire, just
Okay.
one corner of it. You go up this side and back, on down the back is what it would take, and he's
That's
got,
his son-in-law.
yeah.
Gotcha.
yeah.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Mr. Vogel.
Yes.
Mr. Carter.
Yes.
Mr. Quayle.
Yes.
Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
And Joe, where we at? Oh, there we go. Item number nine, consider approval of second allocation of the fire department and rescue squad funding.
Second.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
Mr. Quayle.
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland.
Yes.
Mr. Vogel.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 12, consider approval of recertifying property belonging to Mr. B.J. Medley and John Wagner to be in the ag district.
They're already in it.
They're already in, they want to maintain that.
It's kind of like the one we did the other day.
Yeah.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Vogel. Mr. Quayle.
Yes.
Mr. Bishop. Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland.
Yes.
Item number 13, consider approval of DARE program at West Marion.
Motion.
Second.
Bishop.
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland.
Yes.
Quayle.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Mr. Vogel.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 14, consider approval to allow the city to use a surplus garbage truck at the city service center pursuant to agreement drafted by the city and the county attorneys. And Lisa has provided one in your packet there. Lisa, do you want to comment on this, or?
Just to explain to the magistrate that basically this agreement is a memorandum of understanding, and there's no way to obviously foresee what every circumstance will be, but basically both the city and the county have agreed for obviously maintain all of their insurance policies and coverages. It's hard to foresee every situation, but we anticipate that all the coverages would cover anything that could possibly happen. I think that would.
And the reason being for this is we have an extra truck, and on Monday mornings, I don't know if you've been up to the Woodlawn area, but it's
Those two dumpsters.
it's a mess.
Yeah, to
And
say the least.
they have somebody on call up there, and they would be able to
Yeah.
to turn the garbage for us, and that way Monday, we don't have to, pick up a
Motion.
mess.
Second.
Mr. Taylor. Yes. Mr. Kirkland.
Yes.
Mr. Quayle.
Yes.
Mr. Bishop. Yes. Mr. Vogel.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Thank you all.